No one dares to challenge someone who responds like this. And it's not because they speak louder, it's because they speak wiser. Think about that one person who constantly provokes you, interrupts you, talks over you, and somehow wins simply because they create noise. Now, imagine the reverse. You don't raise your tone, you don't defend yourself, you don't step into their chaos. You deliver one sentiment, the right one, the calm one, the intelligent one, and suddenly the discomfort shifts to them. They lose their footballing, they lose control, and their words dispar. In this video, I'll share 5 intelligent replies that silence anyone without insults, without losing dignity, and without sacred your inner peace. These replies work with a demanding boss, a toxic family member, an arrogant co-worker, and specifically with someone who tries to manipulate you. And pay attention to this. Reply number 3 doesn't just stop an argument. It reverses the entire power dynamic, forcing the other person to either respect you or step back. Stay until the end, because once you start using these lines with calm confidence, something unexpected happens. People begin to weigh their words around you. Here's what most people never realize. They believe the goal is to win the argument, so they fight for the last word. They raise their voice. They explore too much. They justify too much. They perform too much. Meanwhile, the other person isn't trying to understand. They're trying to dominate. That's why the loudest person often wins in the moment. Not because they're right, but because they're willing to be chaotic. Stoicism topics a different kind of power. Not the power to overpower others, but the power to remove unmoved. Epictetus explained that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but the judgments we form about them. The moment you react automatically, you hand someone else the steering wheel of your mind. Marcus Aurelius described the inner self as a rock. Waves crash against it endlessly, yet it never shifts. Seneca warned that anger is a temporary form of madness, and madness always regrets what it says. These are not comebacks. They are spoken boundaries, controlled senses that protect your dignity and express disrespect without aggression. One more thing before we begin. These replies only work if your tone matches your words. Delivered with anger, they become sarcasm. Delivered with fear, they become permission. The power is calm. The power is precision. Reply 1. I don't need to raise my voice to be right. Some people are addicted to volume. They believe louder means stronger. They interrupt. They talk over you. They flood the conversation so you can't finish a thought. And they expect one of 2 reactions: submission or exploration. If you explore, you enter their arena. This sentiment is how you exit that arena while still standing. Picture a meeting. You're explaining a plan, and someone keeps cutting you off with a louder tone, trying to dawn you out. Or a family argument where one person turns every topic into a shouting match. They're not searching for truth. They're seeking control. You pause. Your posture stays relaxed. Your gaze stays neutral. And you say, calmly, I don't need to raise my voice to be right. That single line creates contrast. It invites everyone watching to notice the difference between emotional noise and mental strength. If they continue yelling, they shrink. Because now it's clear. The volume isn't confidence. It's security learning armor. Epictetus warned that the person who can't govern their speech becomes a servant of impulse. This line proves the opposite. You're setting the emotional temperature of the room. Reply 2. The way you're speaking says more about you than it does about me. Some people don't attack ideas, they attack dignity, sarcasm, mockery, small humiliations disguised as jokes. Their goal is to make you feel small so you'll either defend yourself or beg for appeal. This sentiment acts as a mirror. you're not insulting them. You're not asking them to stop. You're not proving your worth. You're simply refusing to absorb what doesn't belong to you. Picture a cutting remark delivered in front of others. They want reaction, embarrassment, instability. Instead, you hold steady eye contact and deliver the sentiment like a diagnosis, not a fight. The insult collapses because insults request acceptance. Without acceptance, all that remains is the speaker's charter. Marcus Aurelius loved the best revenge is refusing to resolve the offender. This is character protection. You cannot control their words. You can control what those words mean to you. And that freedom is unbearable to manipulators. Before we move on, pause. Choose one of these first two replies. Visualize your tone, your posture. Calm, grounded, unmoved. Reply 3. We can talk when we can do it with respect. Manipulators despise this line. Some conversions aren't conversions. They're traps, interruptions, twisted words, escalation. Then blame when you finally react. That's the manipulation loop. This sentiment breaks it instantly. Say it as a foundry, not a complaint. Not please respect me. Not why are you like this, just a condition. When you say it, the discussion is no longer about the topic. It's about everything the conversion reserves to exist at all. Epictetus taught that while you can't control others, you can control what you consult to. This is withdrawal of consent from disrespect. If they continue, they exhibit themes. If they comply, they step into your frame. Either way, control is restored. Reply 4. I'm not going to continue this conversion. There's a moment when it becomes obliging. They're not listening. They're feeding on conflict. Most people stay, hoping for fairness or closure. But conflict-hungry people don't offer closure. This sentiment is a clean exit. Not aggressive, not emotional, not negotiable. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that no one can damage your inner self without permission. Leaving chaos is leadership over your attention. Reply 5. That's your view. I respect it, but I don't share it. Not every disagreement is war. Sometimes it's pressure from someone close. These lines says, I heart you, I respect you, and I'm not moving. Emotional independence is rare, and that rarity commands respect. Let's lock these in. Repetition turns phrases into reflexes. Calm words, clear boundaries, inner authority. When you stop reacting as exposed, power shifts. People approach you differently, not because you become aggressive, but because you become unmovable. Now tell me, which of those 5 replies will you use first, and where? If this perspective resonated with you, support the channel by pressing the like button and subscribing. It helps this message reach more people who are searching for clarity, strength, and meaning. Stay with us and continue exploring timeless wisdom that sharpens the mind and strengthens the soul.